is this place?
Hello, students. Welcome to the trial grounds. I'm glad you could join me here today. Each of the 16 podiums before you has been labeled with a nameplate. Please make your way to your podium. This is where you will stand for the duration of the trial.
The trial grounds?
Yes. All trials must take place here. The playing field is even, and the distractions are minimal.
Alright, enough fucking around. We don't need another 7-hour speech about the rules or the process or the trial or anything like that. We know what we're supposed to do, right? So can we just start?
I second that.
Agreed.
Then no more delay. I want to hear everyone's thoughts in an organized fashion.
I'd like to go first.
Fine. Hiroaki, since you so kindly took initiative, you have the floor.
Well, I think this should be pretty easy, right? We go over everyone's alibi. If someone doesn't have one or their alibi doesn't check out, then clearly they're to be suspected.
Makes sense, I guess.
So let's start then. I was in Ojima's room.
For how long?
From a few hours before the nighttime announcement to the body discovery. I didn't leave once.
I wasn't there the whole time, but when I was there, Hiroaki was with me.
Where were you before then?
Out in the hall. I was talking with Nishino and Ruiko.
That checks out. Watari and I were in the auditorium until the nighttime announcement. When the rabbit kicked us out, we went back to our rooms.
Yep. We saw Ojima standing in the hall, so we stuck around to talk for a bit. Hama and Chiba were there too, for a little while.
Wait, hold on. This is a lot to keep track of.
Keep up. We need to hear everything.
But that won't do us any good if we can't remember any of it.
Sorry, I have a question.
Just give us a minute.
Well, it's just... What was Ojima doing just standing in the hallway, anyway? Where was he before that?
That's...
Why are you so obsessed with him anyway?
What?
Don't make a scene.
Where were you? We're only a few minutes into the trial and already messing around and getting sidetracked. Just say where you were.
I don't remember.
What?
I know. It sounds bad, but...
What do you mean you don't remember? It's kind of important, Ojima!
I know! It's just... It's not there.
What does it even matter? He was just standing there. It's not like he was covered in blood or holding a weapon or something. Obviously, he was just being Takeshi again.
He does zone out pretty regularly.
Exactly. So what's the big deal?
The big deal is that Isuno was killed between the nighttime announcement and the body discovery. Everyone needs to have their every move accounted for during that time.
Plus, everyone knows Ojima zones out a lot. It would be pretty easy for him to use that as an excuse.
Tamba, we literally saw him. Did he look like he had been off murdering people to you? He was totally clean.
Well, yeah, but he could have just cleaned himself up, right?
How soon after the nighttime announcement did you run into Ojima?
Well, we went straight from the auditorium to the dorms, so maybe a couple minutes after?
That's clearly not enough time for him to kill someone and clean up. This is so ridiculous.
Hiroaki makes a very good point. That's not enough time.
Then... I guess...
Hold on. I'm not done with Ojima yet.
Huh?
Sorry, I believe you, but I just want to make sure. Beyond a reasonable doubt, you know?
Who died and made you lead Detective Kamiyama?
Kamimura.
What's your problem?
Well, it's just... How do we know that Ishino was killed after the nighttime announcement and before the body discovery? What do we have to corroborate that?
Well, obviously, she was killed before the body discovery because her body was discovered. But...
I think it would help if we knew what Ishino was doing before she died.
Mapping out her schedule, you mean?
Right.
So who saw her last?
Well, she was with us in Wada's room for a few hours.
After the announcement?
Right. She left around, I'm not really sure. It's kind of hard to tell without clocks, but She was definitely with us for a few hours.
Where did she go after that?
She said she was going back to her room.
Alright, so, sometime after 10 p.m., Ishino went from Wada's room to her own room. Sometime between then and the body discovery announcement, she went to the kitchen.
Sounds about right.
This is so confusing. What are we even talking about? Can we get back to the murder?
Were you even listening? That's what we're already talking about.
Nah, I get what he means. This is redundant as hell. We all know she got murdered in the kitchen. What about the weapon? We can go over everyone's story once we know what actually happened to her.
There's too much to keep track of.
Okay, this isn't going to work. We need a system. We need a place to start discussing. Not accusing, not speculating. Discussing.
Then I think Hayashi and I should start with what we found in the kitchen.
Probably a good idea.
Yes, please. Any objections? Okay, good. Go.
First off, the body. I'm not a coroner or anything, but just going off of what I know, it looks like she was hit in the head with some kind of blunt object. We weren't able to get a good idea of the shape, but at the very least, it looks like she was hit once in the front of the head and a few times in the back of the head. Now, for those of you who didn't see the body, keep in mind, she was lying face down when we found her.
Why does that matter?
Because it helps us establish a timeline. Just hear me out.
Let him talk.
Okay, so the back of her head was beaten in. Aside from that, she wasn't really all that injured. Nothing else on the rest of her body. There really wasn't any blood underneath her torso, so it's safe to assume that she did most of her bleeding after she had already hit the ground. So by that logic, it looks like she was hit in the forehead, then hit the ground, then she was hit in the back of the head.
I think I'm still following.
Good.
What about the rest of the kitchen? Did you see anything else that stood out?
Definitely. Hayashi?
We were just kind of searching anything we could, so I pulled out the fridge, just to scope it out, I guess. Anyway, there was a blood stain back there.
Behind the fridge?
Yeah, on the wall.
And on the back of the fridge itself.
Right.
What kind of blood stain are we talking about here? Like a splatter?
More like a big smudge.
Does that mean the fridge was pulled out during the murder?
Not necessarily. It's possible, I guess, but it kind of seems more like something bloody got shoved behind the fridge.
But we didn't find anything behind the fridge.
So if something bloody was shoved behind the fridge, but we didn't find it at the crime scene, does that mean it was somewhere else?
Could be. Someone might have hidden it.
Hasegawa, tell them what we found.
Huh?
In the locker room?
Right. Sasaki and I were investigating the men's locker room, and, we found a bloody towel.
What? You didn't think to mention that earlier?
It hadn't come up yet.
It was a white towel, the same kind we have in the storage room, pool, private bathrooms, and...
I'm gonna go ahead and stop you right there.
Huh?
That was mine. Don't worry about it.
Well, you have to elaborate from there. You can't just leave it at don't worry about it.
It's fine. There was an incident. It involved some bleeding. It's not related to Isono at all.
An incident?
Fine, whatever. If you want to know that bad. I was working out, minding my own business, doing my own thing. When my fucking demon arm took over.
Huh?
I know, right? Shit got rough. I was pretty much locked in a battle for my life. Demonic forces were overtaking me, you know? It happens. So, being a badass and all, I fought off my demons. But, you know, they got a hit in.
Was that when you dropped that weight on your toe?
That's what I was thinking too.
Yeah.
Then, yeah. We can back that story up. The blood is Hama's, but it's not related to the crime scene.
Great! Perfect! That's one piece of evidence rendered completely useless! Next time, clean up after yourself.
I did. With a towel.
I meant that you should wash the towel!
I mean, it wouldn't have mattered anyway, right? The locker rooms aren't open during nighttime hours. It couldn't have been related to the killer.
Oh yeah! Good point!
Okay, Before we go forward, we should probably establish what else was closed during nighttime hours.
That would be the auditorium, the pool, the bathrooms, the laundry room, and the incinerator room.
That means the dorms, kitchen, storage room, dining hall, and medbay were still open.
We're getting sidetracked again.
Yeah, let's focus on one thing at a time.
Okay, so to recap, Isuno was hit in the head once, fell face down on the floor, then she was hit in the back of the head repeatedly. Somewhere in that span, something was shoved behind the fridge.
Well, what if it was Isano who got shoved behind the fridge? Then people could use the kitchen however they wanted during the night. And when the killer was ready to reveal the body, they could just, pop her out.
There's no way that's possible.
She's right. There would have been way more blood behind the fridge. Either way, there was a pool of blood on the kitchen floor. That's not really something you can hide behind a fridge.
Okay, so we understand the crime scene now. Good. Let's focus on something else.
I'd really like to focus on the weapon.
That's easy!
Huh?
I mean, she was poisoned! Right, Okazaki?
Huh?
When Okazaki and I were in the med bay, we found a ton of different medicines that were all like half empty. The med bay was open all night, right? So, here's what happened. The killer went to the med bay, got all the pills they could, then went back to the kitchen. They cooked something for Isono, spiked it with all that medication, and killed her!
What?
Then, they bashed her head in to cover it up!
That is the stupidest shit you have ever said.
What? It's not! It's perfectly plausible!
Are you fucking serious? Did she look poisoned?
That's the point! The killer wanted you to say that! It's supposed to be misleading!
More like moronic!
Enough! Let's just discuss it like adults!
Okazaki, what did you guys actually find in the med bay?
We did find plenty of medications that were only half full, but none of them were poison. It was mostly over-the-counter pills. If the killer wanted to poison Isono, they'd need a lot of them, and there's no way Isono wouldn't notice that much medication in her food.
Well, what if it was just something that would put her to sleep? There were sleeping aids in there, right?
I mean, yes, but...
Then maybe they just knocked her out. Then they beat her head in.
I mean, it's not impossible, right?
Exactly. It's not impossible.
Okay. Maybe we can sort this out. Let's just go over who's been taking what from the med bay, and then we'll see if there's anything out of place. I know that a few people were taking painkillers after the decision game.
Alright, that accounts for some of it. What about the... Okazaki? What was the stuff in that one bottle called again?
But there's no subsalicylate. It's for nausea and stomach ache, mainly.
Okay, so who was taking that? Really? I didn't think this is where we'd get caught up. Who was taking it?
If nobody's going to admit it, maybe Tomba's guess was closer than I thought.
I don't think
So who was in the med bay?
Kazutoshi and I were in there all night. We didn't see anyone else come in.
Kamimura!
Oh, what? It's illegal to be in the fucking medbay now? Weird how I don't remember ever putting you in charge.
But business subsalicylate isn't even dangerous.
What did you do, huh? Fess up! No wonder you wanted to guard the crime scene!
I was guarding the crime scene because I'm the only one with experience around crime scenes.
More like so you can mess up the evidence!
Didn't mess anything up. I was there the whole time. Why do you never know when to keep your mouth shut?
It's just a non-prescription over-the-counter antiemetic.
He doesn't get to be secretive and shady during a murder trial!
Enough! Kamimura, just answer the question. Were you the one taking it?
But it doesn't really matter either way.
Yeah, I was taking it, okay? Who fucking cares? It's completely irrelevant.
You're awfully insistent on derailing the trial, Tamba.
No, I'm not! I was proposing a theory!
Can we please get back to the task at hand?
I totally agree. I think it's time we start looking at alibis.
Honestly, I kind of think we should have been doing that from the start.
Just trying to keep the trial organized.
Well, where were you, Hiroaki?
He already said he was in Ojima's room all night.
That's right. Didn't leave once.
We're not getting stuck in another loop again. Let's just lay it out flat. Hiroaki was in Ojima's room. Ojima was in the hall with Tama and Watery.
Shiba and I were out in the hall for a little while too. We were just gonna walk around for a bit, but we ran into Ojima and the girls. We stuck around.
When we were done talking, I went back to my room. Kamigawa was still there.
Right. We also know that Hasegawa and Kamimura were in the medbay all night.
Wait, huh?
Yeah, come to think of it.
Hold on a minute, yeah.
What's the matter?
We definitely saw Hasegawa in the middle of the night.
Huh?
Yeah, it's coming back to me now. We were all chatting in the hall, and Ken walked by us to get to his room.
Yeah!
Wait a minute.
Hasegawa, you said you were in the medbay all night.
I was.
He was.
I just left for a few minutes to go to the bathroom. Then I went right back.
And that was the only time you two separated.
I mean, I think Kamimura left once or twice to go to the bathroom too, but that was it. We were there all night.
Who fucking made you the bathroom police?
I'm just verifying your alibi.
So, Ojima, Tamba, Watari, Kamimura, Hasegawa, Airi, and Ran are all accounted for.
Adada's accounted for too. Shiba and I were in his room before we went out to the hall. Between then and us heading back in, he didn't leave once.
And Suno and I were in my room all night.
Then we still don't know about Sasaki, Okazaki, Hayashi, or Yanagi.
Well, that certainly narrows it down.
And Yanagi's been awfully quiet.
Well, we already know he's got a thing for being a great big fake liar, so it's not like his testimony's all that useful anyway.
Oh yeah, you weren't there. Apparently, he cheated on his girlfriend. Last act.
That's not important right now. Shigeki, where were you last night?
I was in the hall by the stairwell.
I passed by him when I went to my room, so I saw him then.
So he'll tell the truth about that, at least.
Yeah. Where do you get off on acting like some kind of prince when you're running around breaking girls' hearts?
Can we please focus on Isuno? Why are we talking about any of this? Who cares? Isuno's dead. You guys make me want to puke, you know that? Isuno's dead. And you're getting sidetracked over stupid things that don't matter. She died. Somebody killed her. Do you understand that?
Hey, take a breath.
I don't want to. I want to be mad. Somebody killed her.
Yelling about it isn't going to get us any closer to solving things. Let's refocus our efforts on alibis.
I was on the bench outside the locker rooms all night. Saw Watari and Tamba after the nighttime announcement, but that was pretty much it.
We saw her, yeah.
Hey, come to think of it, Okazaki, where did you go after the nighttime announcement? You were in the auditorium too, right?
I didn't go anywhere.
Huh?
I stayed in the auditorium.
But it was closed.
I know.
So you just let them lock you in?
I did.
Are you an idiot, perhaps?
I don't think so. I wanted to see the game be set up.
Huh?
Yeah, the auditorium gets locked every night, and yet every morning there's a new game set up. I wanted to know how they did it.
What do you mean? They just throw down some desks.
But how are they getting desks into the auditorium if the only entrance is locked? I thought there might be an alternate entrance that we don't know about, like a secret door. I was waiting to see if someone would pop out of the wall or something.
And did they?
The game never got arranged. Then the body discovery announcement went off and the door unlocked. I never got to see anyone. It was kind of a night wasted.
Still, that was a really good idea, Okazaki.
Thank you.
If it's even a true story.
Uh-huh.
It's pretty convenient, right? She was somewhere we couldn't have possibly seen her all night.
But we saw her in there before we left.
I was right outside the door all night. She didn't come out.
Do any of you think beyond surface level? at all?
Excuse me?
She just said there's a secret door.
I guess that's true.
That'd make for a pretty good alibi. Sneak into the kitchen through a secret passage, slip back into the auditorium. Nobody'd have any idea.
Hold on. Wait a minute.
Could that be why the fridge was pulled out?
But we didn't find a secret door back there.
Yeah, because it's secret.
But I didn't even find a secret door. I was just looking for one.
Hold on. If the entire fridge was sliding out and somebody was coming out from behind it with a weapon, Isuno definitely would have run, yeah?
Of course she would have run.
So, the killer could have just caught up to her.
But she was hit in the forehead first, then the back of the head. If they were chasing her, how'd they hit her from the front?
I feel like the only way they could have hit her from the front first is if she wasn't expecting it, you know? If they had to move a whole fridge first, it wouldn't have been very unexpected.
Did anyone search the auditorium?
Hasegawa and I searched it.
There were a few things there that could have been used as weapons. But
We found a baseball bat, some weights, more importantly, no equipment list. So that's the first thing I'm correcting when we're done here. Everything is being itemized and displayed.
I feel like if somebody was going around the school carrying a baseball bat, they'd be spotted.
And a weight isn't very practical.
If they were going through a secret passage, nobody'd see a thing.
They'd be totally hidden.
But I didn't find a secret passage.
I mean, if she did find a secret passage, why would she tell us there might be a secret passage? Sounds kind of risky.
I wouldn't, because I didn't find a secret passage.
Hey, I have a question.
Yeah?
We're not supposed to lie during a trial, right? It's suspicious, right?
Right.
Then why is Kamimura allowed to do it?
Huh?
Why are you allowed to lie?
I didn't lie. The hell?
Chiba, what are you talking about?
Well, maybe it was more Hasegawa's lie, actually.
Huh?
You said Kamimura left the med bay once or twice to go to the bathroom.
What? He did.
How?
What?
He's not allowed in the dorms, right? And the school bathrooms are closed at night. So where did you really go?
Kazutoshi?
Hold on a minute. You're completely blowing things out of proportion. I just left to walk around for a bit.
But that's not what you said. So why do you lie?
I didn't lie!
You did! You said you were going to the bathroom, but you weren't. That's a lie!
Come to think of it, we didn't see him go back to his room when we were in the hall.
Yeah, because he's not allowed.
Kazutoshi.
What other rooms were open? Where else could he have gone?
The fucking kitchen, that's where! He killed her!
It would definitely explain why you know so much about the crime scene.
I'm a fucking crime scene cleaner!
Right, a cleaner, not an investigator. You've been playing detective all day, but you're not actually a detective. You're a cleaner.
Fuck off! You think I don't know that? I'm still more qualified than half the people you're letting run this fucking trial! Tamba? Chiba? Are you fucking serious?
Where did you go? If you didn't go to the kitchen, then where did you go?
I went to the storage room.
Why?
I was just grabbing a few things. It's not that big of a deal.
Well, that's pretty easy to fact check now, isn't it? Hasegawa, did he bring anything back?
No.
Interesting.
I don't have to fucking justify my every move to you.
You do, actually. That's kind of what a trial is.
Okay, Miss fucking Holy, where were you?
Excuse me?
If you recall, you don't have an alibi. So where were you?
I was in my room.
That's not really an alibi.
Well, what do you want me to say? I was in my room all night. I was studying.
Studying what?
My notes.
What notes?
Oh, we saw those notes.
Yeah, the notes where you called me wallpaper.
It's rude to go through somebody else's notebook like that. That's a violation of privacy.
We kind of violated a lot of privacy today.
Oh, that's actually something I wanted to ask about. You went through everyone's dormitories, right? What did you find?
Well, a lot of misplaced rewards for one thing.
Who's got my knife?
That's the other thing. Yanagi does.
And His sink has a bunch of blood in it.
What?
Another suspicious party.
Wait,
How much blood?
More than would be normal, I guess. But it wasn't pooled or anything.
So there you go. After Hasegawa had come and gone, Yanagi snuck down into the kitchen and stabbed Isuno. Then he went back to his room, washed off the knife, and here we are!
Did she look stabbed?
Don't start picking a fight with me. I haven't forgotten. You're still on trial. You lied.
the blood, it was mine. And it has nothing to do with the knife. I haven't touched it. I was going to return to Miss Hayashi at the first opportunity to do so.
You fucking better.
Yes, ma'am, of course. But the blood, it wasn't anybody else's, it was mine. I was being careless while stretching and I disturbed my stitches. That's all it was.
That makes sense, I guess.
When? You were in the hallway, right?
It had to be during night hours, or he would have just washed the blood away.
Well,
Ooh, plot hole!
I went back to my room closer to the early morning hours. I'm sorry for not mentioning it sooner.
Still suspicious.
Frankly, there's a lot of stories here I'm not too sure of.
So, we've got Okazaki with no alibi, Kamimura with no alibi, Sasaki with no alibi, Yanagi with no alibi. Who else?
Ojima doesn't know where he was before he was in the hallway.
Right, so Ojima with no alibi too. Plus Hayashi, so that's like 6 people.
But I do have an alibi. I was in my room. They saw my notebooks.
So, you could have just written those earlier. It doesn't mean anything.
I've got nothing else to add to my testimony. I know where I was. I know I didn't do it. That's all I've got to say.
I think this is usually where I would ask to speak to my lawyer.
You're supposed to do that right at the start. Don't talk to cops.
Did you find anything else in the dorms?
Well, Kamimura had something, but we didn't really know what it was. We just thought it might make a good weapon.
But it seemed kind of light.
Oh, those fucking things? I have no idea what those are. I got them in the reward swap.
It was like a baton with 2 marshmallows on either end.
Ah, my sticks.
What?
Those are my fire dancing sticks. I want those back as soon as we're done here.
Fine by me. I don't want them.
What else, Wada?
Focus on the 6 rooms we narrowed down.
Well, some of them we didn't get around to, like Hayashi or Okazaki. But Kamimura's room was really clean. Like, spotless.
Well, he hasn't been in there in a couple days now.
Wow. Shocking. I like to keep my room clean instead of living in fucking squalor.
Yeah, we didn't think it was too suspicious. Most of his workstation is cleaning supplies, so it made sense.
Sasaki's room was pretty neat and tidy, too. And she's right, we did find her notebooks. They were out on her desk. That part of her story checks out.
And we already talked about Yanagi's room, so who's left?
Ojima, what did we find in there again?
Oh, lots of Hiroaki stuff. I think they're living together.
We are not living together. I just spend a lot of time in his bedroom.
Ooh, is that so?
It's not like that. God, you're so annoying.
You're just feeding into it.
Okay, but why are you drawing me?
For the record, my room isn't very impressive, so you really didn't miss much.
Which reward did you end up with?
We got yours, Kamimura, if that's what you're worried about. I'll give it back later.
I'm pretty sure it's Harada's.
Oh, really? Thanks, Okazaki.
I mean, I didn't say I was giving it back.
Huh?
It doesn't sound like anybody's rewards were relevant to the murder.
I wouldn't rule them out entirely, but yeah, it seems like it.
So now we're back on those same 6 people.
Then allow me to comment in my own defense. You were in the hall, right, Tamba? Did you see me leave my room even once?
Well, no. The only person who came and went was Hasegawa.
And he was in the medbay with me the entire rest of the time.
Most of it, yeah. Except for when you left.
Are you fucking serious? Do you not believe me either?
I'm just not really sure where you went, is all.
Hasegawa, what the fuck?
I'm sorry. Sasaki said we have to suspect everyone, and I don't know where you went. And Kazutoshi.
Don't fucking touch me. I'm fine.
Who was it that investigated the storage room?
Yanagi and I.
Anything to prove Kamimura was there?
I mean, nothing really stood out at all except... Hey, wait. Yeah, Hiroaki's stash.
My what now?
In the storage room. There was a bunch of stuff all wrapped up in a hoodie, pajamas and snacks and stuff. And so many skincare products. So many.
You can't seriously think I would be stashing luxuries in the storage room.
Actually, that sounds exactly like something you would do. Yeah.
Honestly.
It kind of does.
Unbelievable! All of you completely unbelievable! You think that's something I would do? Crawl into the storage room and start stashing things away like a little rat? Grabbing up pajamas and snacks and lotions with my little rat paws and stuffing them in little nooks and crannies like a rat? Unthinkable!
The Kamigawa.
When I steal things from the storage room, I bring them back to my dorm. Why would I need to hide them in the storage room where somebody else could find them? My dorm is entirely protected!
So it was Kamimura's stash?
What?
He's right. Anybody else would have just brought that stuff back to their dorm room.
Then he really did go to the storage room.
Shut up. Shut up. Shut up. Shut up. Shut up.
Hey, on the bright side, your alibi checks out.
Kazutoshi, I'm really sorry. I promise I...
Shut up.
He's not off the hook! He was stealing all the good stuff from the storage room and hiding it! That's still not okay!
Maybe, but it's not murder. So he's pretty much off the hook for now.
I'm so sorry.
Then, if it wasn't Kamimura or Sasaki, who's left?
Hayashi, Ojima, Yanagi, and Okazaki.
Again, I was in the auditorium all night.
Maybe it'll help if we hear about everyone's investigations. We haven't really gone into depth on most of them yet. I feel like we're still missing some pieces.
Then, can Tamba and I go first?
By all means.
Well, we investigated the pool first.
There was pretty much nothing there.
Except, obviously, the pool, which I have some thoughts on. We still don't know what the weapon is, and we didn't find anything with blood on it, so... Is it possible that the killer washed the weapon off with pool water?
But the pool was closed.
It was, but only during nighttime hours. Someone could have pretty easily gone and filled up a jug for later. Then all they'd have to do was hide it for the time being and go get it when it was time to wash off their weapon.
Plus, everyone knew there were water jugs in the storage room, right? Because Suno kept filling them up in the kitchen.
That's right. I was filling them for water.
That was too much water.
We'll circle back to the water jugs in a minute, but... Yeah, I think that's all we really had to say about the pool.
And we already covered a lot of what was in the med bay.
Right, except the jugs. I think just about everyone knew that Suno was filling up water jugs for Wada, right? So everyone knew they would be able to find water in the med bay.
Plus, when we were in there, the water jugs were empty, so someone had to have used up the water.
Then, we're back to being suspicious of Kamimura and Hasegawa?
We didn't touch the water. It was already empty when we got there.
Yeah, for real. Can we stop circling this back to me? I didn't do shit.
Wait, hold on. I drank the water.
All of it?
All of it, yeah. There was none left when Suno brought me back to my room.
Then it's irrelevant after all?
You're awfully insistent on getting us sidetracked. You still don't have an alibi, right?
I've given you my alibi repeatedly.
Well, yeah, sure. That's not a real alibi. You have nobody to back it up.
Yes, I do. Watari and Tamba were in the auditorium with me. Hayashi was in the hall, right outside the door. They didn't see me leave, so I couldn't have left.
Unless there's a secret door behind the fridge.
Okay, yes, we've established that. Can we hear about the next investigation now?
We've got literally nothing to report from the laundry room. Searched all the baskets and everything. Didn't find shit.
Yeah, I don't think the laundry room had anything to do with it.
Then we don't need to hear from you anymore. Your alibis are tight. Your investigation was pointless. You're done now. Bye-bye.
The Kamigawa.
We'll go next. We investigated the dining room.
Hey, wait a minute. The blood. Doesn't that corroborate Okazaki's alibi?
Blood? What blood?
We found a streak of blood on the floor in the dining room. How does that help Okozoko, though?
Okazaki.
Mask.
Because if she had a secret way in and out of the kitchen, she would have never needed to be in the dining room at all.
So then, whoever killed Isuno had to go through the dining room?
Exactly. But we kind of already knew that, I think.
But Isuno didn't leave the kitchen after she went in, right? Kamimura said she hit the floor and stayed there. So how is there blood in the dining room?
My guess is that someone tracked it in when they were running away from the crime scene.
Then I'm vindicated?
For now, yeah.
That's good.
I still think you're a soulless creep.
But as long as you don't vote for me, that's okay, right?
That's a seriously reductive way of looking at things.
Enough! Did you find anything else in the dining room?
No, nothing. The bathrooms were clear too.
Then I think we've heard from just about everyone.
Oh, wait, Kamimura, what about the rice?
Oh shit, I totally forgot.
Rice?
Yeah, we didn't really think it was all that important at first, but the trash can in the kitchen had a bunch of chicken and rice in it. There was rice under Isuno's body too.
And if she didn't get up after she hit the ground,
Then, the rice hit the ground before she did.
But why?
Okay, hold on. Just to be super clear, nobody threw away any rice. Nobody spilled any rice on the kitchen floor. Okay, good. Then we've confirmed that someone's lying.
Unless it was Isuno. Could she have been cooking when someone attacked her?
I doubt it. Again, she was hit from the front first, so the logistics of that would be kind of weird.
Then, can I propose a theory?
By all means.
Maybe the killer was the one cooking.
What?
I feel like they'd be kind of occupied with, killing.
But, I mean, Isuno doesn't cook at all, right? So it couldn't have been her cooking.
So if Isuno wasn't cooking, and none of you were gonna admit you were cooking, then it has to have been the killer, yeah?
That's what I was thinking.
But it was fried rice, right? We didn't find a pan or anything. How'd they even cook it? Oh shit!
That's it!
That's the fucking weapon! Oh shit!
frying pan?
That's a bit cartoonish.
But it makes sense.
So what if it went like this? The killer was cooking, Isuno was with them, probably sitting at the table or something. Then the killer grabs the frying pan and hits her in the head. She falls on the ground, but she's not dead. So the killer just starts wailing on her. They hit her enough times, she's gone.
That definitely lines up with what I saw.
But you didn't find a frying pan sitting out, right? Did they put it away?
Everything was where it was supposed to be from what I saw. They must have just washed it and put it back.
But they had no running water in the kitchen, and we know they didn't use the jugs from the med bay.
Then maybe the pool water?
What if they didn't use water at all? What if they just wiped it off with something else?
Like the bloody towel!
That was mine! We already went over that!
Then what about the blood in Yanagi's sink? You said it's from your hand injury, but you have no way to corroborate that, right? So here's the theory. Yanagi prepares a jug of pool water and keeps it in his room. After the hallway group has already gone back to their rooms, Yanagi kills Isuno and brings the frying pan back to his room. He rinses the blood off with the pool water and puts the pan back. Nobody sees a thing.
But I didn't.
That does seem to line up.
Actually, you raised a good point that I wanted to address. The group in the hallway. When did you guys go back to your rooms?
I mean, had to be a couple hours before the body discovery, at least.
Then there was a gap. Your witness testimonies are pretty much useless now. After you went back to your rooms, anything could have happened.
Hey, they're not useless.
Well, let me ask you this then. Did you guys see Isuno leave her room? No, right? So the murder happened after you guys had already gone to your rooms then.
Are you fucking serious?
We're really narrowing down the time frame now.
Follow-up question. Did you see Yanagi go back to his room?
Definitely not.
But I saw him when I went to the storage room, so at the very least, he was out in the hall.
The timeline is getting a little messy.
From what I understand, it goes like this. Tama, Watari, Ojima, Hama, and Chiba were talking in the hall. While they were talking in the hall, Yanagi was sitting by the stairwell. Hasegawa passed by Yanagi and the group to go back to his room. Did Kamimura leave the med bay before or after Hasegawa?
Once before, once after.
I saw Yanagi both times.
Okay, so Kamimura passed by Yanagi in the hall. Then the group that was talking in the hall went back to their rooms. Then either Isono went to the kitchen or Kamimura passed Yanagi again. I'm not really sure which one happened first.
Isn't this question like super easy? Can't we just ask Yanagi when he saw Isono?
Well,
Don't tell me you lost your memory too.
Huh?
Kamimura passed by first. Then Hasegawa. Then Isono. Then Kamimura.
Wait, but what about the killer? Shouldn't they have passed Yanagi too?
Unless the killer was already in the kitchen.
Or the killer is Kamimura.
You can't be on this shit again.
I'm not being unreasonable here! Are you guys hearing what he's saying? I feel like I'm on trial with crazy people! Yanagi just said that he only saw Isuno, Hasegawa, and Kamimura pass by. That means nobody else went to the kitchen. We know Hasegawa went to his room and not the kitchen, so it has to be Kamimura! There's literally no other way!
I think I would have noticed if he came back to the medbay covered in blood.
Would you? He has a stash of stuff in the storage room, including clothes. He went to the storage room, changed clothes, and came back to the medbay like nothing happened. Nobody else could have done it.
Wow, great fucking theory. Except, wait. That's right. Nobody found bloody clothes in the storage room. It's completely fucking baseless.
Just because we didn't find them doesn't mean they aren't there. It just means we're not actual detectives. How could you do that to her? You're a murderer.
I didn't do shit to her. Are you clinically fucking brain dead?
Kazutoshi.
I didn't.
Easy.
Kamimura!
What the hell?
Can we pause? Just for a minute?
I'll allow it. We'll call a brief intermission while Kamimura recollects himself. Welcome back. I hope you've all utilized this short rest period to the best of your abilities. Kamimura, are you ready to continue?
Yeah.
Very well. The trial will now recommence. Begin.
What the hell was that?
This is literally completely irrelevant to the trial.
You fainted.
Your eyes rolled back! I thought you died!
I'm fine.
Are you alright though? Yeah, that was kind of scary.
Jesus fucking Christ, I'm fine.
What just happened?
How long are we gonna harp on this? I fainted for like 5 seconds. I'm fine.
It's cause Tomba was yelling at him.
Because he killed someone. Why are we suddenly all on his side?
I think this might be more relevant than you think, though. Kamimura, I'm sorry to pressure you, but can you at least tell us why you fainted?
Because his heart rate spiked.
What? Ken!
I'm sorry. I know, I'm really sorry. Just, this is life or death. I'm sorry.
Does that normally happen when your heart rate spikes?
Yeah, fine, whatever. Since we're just airing out every fucking facet of my life now, yeah, it does. Happy?
Actually, yes. That tells me a lot.
How?
I think Kamimura might really be innocent.
How?
If he faints when his heart rate spikes, and he knows that, why would he commit a murder in a place where anyone could walk in at any moment? I mean, I don't know a lot about Kamimura, but I think killing someone would probably raise your heart rate pretty fast.
Not necessarily. He has no problem being around dead bodies. We know that much.
Seeing a dead body and killing someone with your own two hands are pretty different.
Not to mention the physical exertion of hitting Isono that many times with the frying pan. That definitely would have brought his heart rate up.
Ah, that's a very good point. If he had fainted and someone else had walked in, that would have been it for him.
Then maybe he had an accomplice? Hasegawa could have been there to get him away from the scene after he passed out.
Except that Yanagi never saw Hasegawa go to the kitchen.
But doesn't make any sense.
We have to be missing something.
Why are we trusting Yanagi's testimony so much? Here's a timeline for you. Kamimura passes Yanagi, Hasegawa passes Yanagi, Isono passes Yanagi, Kamimura passes Yanagi again, and then Yanagi goes into the kitchen and kills her.
But, I mean, would he?
It makes sense with the timeline.
Well, yeah, but Yanagi wouldn't kill a girl, right?
It would help if he would speak up.
No kidding. You're usually a lot chattier than this.
I wouldn't kill her.
Wow, that was super convincing.
I would never kill a lady.
Ooh, there's some of that classic fire.
Watari, how deeply did you two investigate the storage room?
Well, it was pretty big, so we kind of just skimmed it.
Are you fucking kidding? The stakes are kind of high here.
We found Kamimura's stuff stash. I thought that was all there would be to find. I didn't realize it would be important. Her body was in the kitchen, not the storage room.
Well, if the killer did go to the storage room, they'd certainly have their pick of things to clean up with. It's pretty heavy on textiles and toiletries.
There's no toilets in the storage room, dumbass.
Toiletries, demon arm. Things for washing yourself. It doesn't shock me that you're unfamiliar with the term. My point is that if they went to the storage room, they definitely have everything they needed to wipe down the weapon and any blood they may have gotten on themselves.
But what about their clothes?
Easy. The hallway squad had already gone back to their rooms, right? The coast was clear. Ditch the bloody clothes, run back to your room in your skivvies, put on a fresh outfit, and get back to whatever it is you were doing.
But they would have passed Yanagi.
Yanagi. Huh? If a girl ran past you in her underwear, even though she's a girl, you'd tell us, right? You wouldn't hide that for the entire trial just to be a gentleman, right? You are kidding!
Seriously?
You have got to be kidding!
Wait, somebody else ran past you?
Yanagi, what were you thinking? That's important.
I don't seem to recall.
Oh, no. No way. That only works for Takeshi. You lied through the whole class trial!
Wait! If that's what happened, then there's something I don't understand. There was a bloodstain behind the fridge, right? I thought maybe the killer had stuffed their bloody clothes back there. But if they took off their clothes in the storage room, then what was the blood from?
That's a good question, actually. We didn't find their clothes back there, that's for sure. Pretty sure this case would be over and done with pretty fast if we did.
Then, what if they made a mistake?
A mistake?
Yeah, what if they messed up? Ran to the storage room, washed up, came back with their clothes, and planned to just shove them behind the fridge. Once they did it, maybe they realized it didn't look quite right. The fridge stuck out too far or something. Killer got paranoid, took their clothes back out, and went to go hide them somewhere else, somewhere a little harder to search.
Like the storage room.
We never found their clothes, or whatever it was they used to clean their weapon. We searched the entire floor and didn't find any of it. They've gotta be hiding it in the one place we didn't search thoroughly.
The storage room.
Ding ding! That's right!
Wait, Nakamigawa, do you know what happened?
I'm not a detective or anything. I'm not gonna throw around accusations, but I'm starting to think it was pretty obvious from the start, if I am right.
Stop being weird! Just tell us what you're thinking!
Well, let's just think about it critically for a moment. It has to be somebody with no real alibi, right? It also has to be a girl. That already narrows our list way down to Sasaki, Hayashi, Tamba, and Watari.
What? We have alibis. Tamba and I were in the hall.
Except that we already figured out that she was killed after our conversation in the hall.
Thank you, Takeshi. Back to what I was saying. It has to be one of those four, right? So then when we think about behavior, Watari and Yanagi searched the storage room. Naturally, it would make sense for Watari to want to be on the storage room investigation team if she knew she was hiding something in there. She can make sure Yanagi didn't find anything.
What?
But
Watari didn't pick the teams. Sasaki did.
What the hell are you saying?
I'm saying that I think you killed her.
Are you kidding me?
No, actually. I'm pretty serious.
I'm the only one still trying to get us out of here. Why would I kill her?
You knew Yanagi was your best chance at safety, right? You knew that if he found your clothes in the storage room, he wouldn't tell. He's infatuated with you. He would never give you up like that, especially if it meant you'd be executed. You thought that he was your safest bet, so you made sure he'd be the one investigating the storage room.
That's entirely circumstantial evidence! You're basing your entire theory on guesswork!
And if he saw you half naked running through the halls in the middle of the night, he'd definitely keep that to himself.
What are you even talking about?
That would also explain why he's been so quiet this whole time. Man, you probably turned his whole world upside down. Fair Dahlia. Everything he thought he knew about his princess just went out the window.
Shut up!
Hiroaki, seriously. What the hell are you even talking about? She wouldn't do that. You're basing this on nothing.
Fine, then let's unpack the other three, since it has to be one of them. Oh, or Yanagi, of course. If he wants to save his own ass at any point, he can feel free to chime in with an actual testimony.
Watari, Tamba, and Hayashi.
There's no way it was Hayashi. She's all about justice.
But Isono put her own sister in the hospital, right? Maybe this was Hayashi's idea of justice.
But Hayashi's killed someone before. By that logic, shouldn't she be enacting justice on herself?
I didn't kill Isano. That would be completely pointless.
Tamba's got a violent history too, right? So then what about her?
Honestly, I hope it was Tamba. Honestly, I hope it was Tamba.
Shut the fuck up!
Okay.
Just let them talk.
Masa, hey, breathe.
I didn't do anything! These are the same clothes I was training in yesterday! You can even smell test them!
I don't want to do that.
Yeah, I'll take your word for it.
So then it's Hayashi or Watari.
Or Sasaki.
Right, yeah. Anyway, it's not Hayashi.
What makes you so sure?
'Cause Hayashi's badass. She wouldn't go around killing girls half her size. That's not a fair fight.
Right?
Okay, but that's not real evidence, right?
I actually don't think it was Hayashi either.
Really? Why not?
Well, so the other day when Hayashi slapped me really, really hard across the face,
She what? Hayashi!
Don't worry about it.
Yeah, but it hurt a lot. Because she's really, really strong. I feel like if she was hitting Isano with a frying pan, there wouldn't be much left.
That checks out.
So, Watari or Sasaki?
And we've got a hell of a lot more evidence for Sasaki than we do for Watari. Do the math.
That's not fair! We haven't ruled her out! You can't just say it was me when there's still a reasonable doubt! I didn't kill Isano! Yanagi?
Hey, Yanagi.
Let's do a quick recap.
that might help.
At 10 p.m., the nighttime announcement played. Watari and Tamba passed Hayashi in the hall and ran into Ojima in the dorms. How he got there doesn't matter. He doesn't remember anyway. Hama and Chiba joined up with them not long after. That's all 5 of them in the dorm hall. While they were there, I was in Ojima's room, Okazaki was in the auditorium, Hayashi was outside the locker rooms, Yanagi was next to the stairwell. Wada and Suna were in Wada's room, Isano was with them, Harada was in his own room, Sasaki was in her room, and Hasegawa and Kamimura were in the medical bay. While those 5 were talking, Kamimura went to the storage room and passed Yanagi. After that, Hasegawa went to the bathroom and he passed Yanagi. Ojima comes back to his room. Tamba and Watari go to theirs. Hama and Chiba go back to Harada's room. The hallway is empty now. Sasaki goes to the kitchen to make something to eat, and Isuno follows not long after. They both pass Yanagi. So now, the only people outside of their rooms are Sasaki, Isuno, Hasegawa, Kamimura, Hayashi, Okazaki, and Yanagi. Hayashi, Okazaki, and Hasegawa aren't going anywhere, so we can forget about them. Sasaki and Isuno are in the kitchen. Yanagi's in the hall. Kamimura's in the medbay. Now, I couldn't tell you why, but at some point of them both being in the kitchen, Sasaki turns around and swings her frying pan at Isuno's head. Food goes everywhere. She wasn't planning to take a swing at Isuno, or maybe there'd be less of a mess. Isuno hits the ground, but she's still alive, so she tries to crawl away. Sasaki's not having that. She starts hitting her. Again. And again. And again. And again.
Hiroaki!
Finally, Isuno stops moving, but Sasaki's covered in blood. So what does she do? She strips and stuffs her clothes behind the fridge, but that's not working. So she runs for the storage room. Tracks a bit of blood into the dining room on her way out too. Once she's in the storage room, she cleans up her body and her weapon. Then she hides the clothes and whatever else she covered with blood and makes her way back to the kitchen to ditch the pan. At some point during all this, hopefully not while she was literally still in there, Kamimura shows up to hide some things of his own in the storage room. If Sasaki was in there, I'm sure that was a pretty stressful few minutes. Either way, he leaves and she runs back to her room in her underwear, thinking the coast is clear by now. Big mistake, because Yanagi was sitting right there. Luckily for her, it was Yanagi, so it might as well have been nobody at all.
Shut up! Shut up!
After that, all she had to do was hide out in her room until morning and pretend nothing happened. But she was looking pretty peppy this morning, don't you think? So I'm pretty sure she took advantage of that little spur-of-the-moment murder to sneak in a little nap. After all, it wouldn't be against the rules anymore, would it? Yanagi, one more thing if you don't mind. We're going to need to hear you testify.
I'm sorry.
Yanagi, tell him he's wrong! Don't do this!
I'm so sorry.
Well?
I didn't mean to see her. I didn't want to know. I'm sorry. I didn't want to.
This can't be happening. I didn't.
Huh. Who's the idiot now?
Just shut up, Nakamigawa! Stop acting like this is fun for you! This isn't a game!
Oh my.
Why would you kill her? She trusted you!
Masa!
She trusted you! And you were her friend! And you killed her! Why? Why? I need to know why!
What?
Please! Please! I need to know why!
I don't know what's wrong with me.
When you're ready, we'll begin the voting process.
I was so tired.
You'll be prompted to select the student that you believe is guilty of murdering Isono Miki.
We were just talking. I was so tired.
After all of the votes have been cast, the execution will commence.
Wait! Please, wait!
I would like to remind all students that when a Blacken successfully gets away with murder, all remaining students will be executed in their place. This rule was explained to you at the beginning of the game. Keep this in mind when reflecting on both your own vote and the intentions of your suspected Blackened. Only one side can escape alive.
I don't do this.
Thank you for voting. Your votes are currently being tallied and will be shared with the class shortly.
You killed her. You fucking killed her.
The class has voted for Sasaki Hitomi, the ultimate student council president, to be executed. This conclusion was correct. As a result, Sasaki Hitomi will be punished with death.
No, please, you can't do this. You can't.
I'm afraid the rules were explained to you at the start of the game.
But I don't want to die.
You should have considered that before you chose to take a life.
Why are you shaming me? How is that fair? You made us do this. You wouldn't let us sleep. You made us hurt each other. You tortured us. You practically begged us to kill each other. And then I do it and you're shaming me? What else was I supposed to do?
You shouldn't let the words of others affect you so dramatically. I'm only a rabbit, right? You chose to kill Isonomiki all on your own.
It's not fair. It's not fair.
Many things in this world are not fair. To consider yourself a victim of circumstance would be understandable, but whether or not it would be fair is another issue entirely. After all, nobody else chose to kill another student. It was only you. I wonder what made the difference.
Yanagi?
Please don't kill her. I'm begging you.
Yanagi!
Please, execute me instead. Please.
Get off the floor!
Please,
Are you serious? She manipulated you!
I don't care! I don't care. I killed her.
I'm afraid that's not an option. Sasaki Hitomi has been chosen for execution. To execute you in her place would be a violation of the rules. You can get up off your knees now, if you'd like. Now, if there are no other interruptions to speak of. It's punishment time.
Dr. Yonekura Haruka, Session 1, Log 13. Today was eventful. In the early morning hours, Student 7 committed our first murder. We think it was a combination of sleep deprivation and stress that finally pushed her over the edge. The important part to note is that Seki won the betting pool. I have put my money on Student 12, which was apparently the wrong choice. To circle back to the topic at hand, though, Student 7 murdered one student at about 3 in the morning, give or take a few minutes. It was fairly gruesome to watch, actually. It certainly wasn't something she planned out, at the very least. It looked like she just sort of snapped? Regardless, as promised, Student 7 was executed as punishment for murder. I was under the impression that we'd simply be executing the students in a clean and simple manner. But it seems that this decision went over my head. I'm not sure whose choice it was, but when I arrived at Student 7's execution chamber, it had been decorated, so to speak. I'm not particularly sure how to describe it. It looked like a classroom, which I'm sure was a familiar sight for Student 7 at least. She was sitting at a desk in the middle of the room with her arm strapped down against the surface of it. Unfortunately, by the time I got there, she had already passed. But I'd rather the other students be there to see it than to see it live myself. Regardless, she was strapped to the desk. From what I understand, she had been... Actually, you know what? Let me just read you Dr. Khan's explanation. Presidential pardon. Student 7 was strapped down in a standard classroom desk. During this time, the student had extremely limited use of her arms, as they were strapped down at the wrist. She was then given a series of documents to apply her signature to, much in line with her title as Student Council President. Her limited range of motion made it difficult for her to take and sign the papers. This was intentional. Each time Student 7 failed to produce an acceptably clear signature, the metal pike within her desk would extend outwards towards her stomach at a rate of 3 inches per failure. This issue was exacerbated by the fact that Student 7 was given increasingly short time periods to produce her signature. After repeated failures, the pike reached its full extension, impaling her in her desk. She was then left to die in that position. The remaining students were present during this period and were dismissed soon after. Doesn't that sound excessive? It would have just been as effective to put a bag over her head or shoot her or something. I suppose that's kind of the point, but regardless, it's gaudy. Frankly, I'm more interested in seeing how things play out from here than anything else. The students understand what's happening now, so... It seems I've got company. I'll end things here for now, then. Dr. Yonekura Haruka, Session 1, Log 13, End.